Most of the time, there's always a really nice breeze up here. Today, though, even the air feels like it has grown stagnant. I've been sitting here for probably a few hours already. I didn't even feel like showing up to class today, and yet here I am. Aki basically forced me out the door, grumbling about how I could be such a useless older brother sometimes. I, of course, didn't tell him anything about what happened last Friday. It's not like any good could come out of it. He'd probably just get really worried about the whole situation. Shuichi hasn't talked to me at all since I left his house, which is uncommon for him. At first, I was fine with that because I was really mad at him. But now I just feel sad. I couldn't bring myself to sit through hours of class, so instead I came up to the rooftop and decided to ditch. Going outside would be too risky since I might end up getting picked up for truancy, and that would be hard to explain. I think it should probably be around lunch break by now. I'm not quite sure. I've spent most of my time up here either staring at the clouds, sleeping, or playing games on my portable. I fished my phone out of my pocket and am welcomed by a text from Saya. I don't really feel like talking, so I decide to just shut it down and toss it into my bag. No way it's going to distract me now. If I'm lucky, they'll think I didn't show up at all today, and no one will come looking for me up here. It's not exactly a secret that I like coming up to the rooftop, so if they know I'm at school and they wanted to talk to me, they'd likely come up here real quick. Ugh. Being predictable really sucks. And also, feeling like this also sucks. Why do I have to get all wimpy and sad all of a sudden? I shouldn't even care. I wish I could just go back to just not caring. Things were much easier when I was just apathetic to everything around me. Stupid Shuichi. Crap, someone's coming up here after all. In the position I'm in, I can't really get up and try to hide in time, so instead... What was that? What's that sentence? I feel like there's supposed to be more to that. Whatever. There you are! The only one that appears in my line of sight is this surprisingly tall childhood friend of mine. Found me, huh? Figures. You're not exactly a master at hiding. You're pretty predictable most of the time. I was hoping people would just think I didn't come to class today and wouldn't find me. People saw you walking through the gate, you know. Oh. Right. Hey. Are you okay? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm fine. Have you talked to Shuichi about it? Why are you asking me that? Come on, it doesn't take much to know something's wrong. You didn't show up for class. Shuichi is walking around looking like a zombie. It isn't difficult to put two and two together. This is what I get for telling you about us, isn't it? Oh, please. Like it wasn't obvious even without that. Huh? I've known you two were dating already. I was just being nice and waiting for you guys to tell me yourselves. And when you didn't, I decided to ask directly to see if you'd come clean about it. You really are nosy, aren't you? A little bit late on the lecture. I shake my head, clutching my face in the palm of my hands and groaning into them. So, what seems to be the problem anyway? Please tell me you didn't fall back into your old MO already. What? No, of course I didn't. Then, you two are still together. I don't know. Maybe. What? No. You have to know. You can't not know. Did she come all the way here because she was worried about me or because she wanted gossip? Saya-chan, I'm sorry, but I really don't want to talk about this. Can you just leave me alone? Boo! Not you too! Two? I tried asking Shuichi-kun about it first, but he just brushed me off and asked me to be left alone. So she really did come here just for gossip. What's the look on your face? It's nothing. That's just what my face looks like. Okay. I'm sorry for meddling. Please stop glaring at me like that. Sheesh. I don't think she's sorry at all, but this is just too bothersome to keep up. Can you just leave me be for now? Please? I don't know. You really look upset, and I don't like the idea of leaving a friend alone when he's upset. You left Shuichi alone? That's different. He physically pushed me out of the classroom. I can do the same. Nice try. You're not Shuichi. I'll crack one of your nuts before you even get the chance. That's so unfair! Life isn't about fairness, Cotton. Cotton? Yeah, I saw someone call that guy in that... I saw someone call a guy that in a movie. Why am I friends with you? What do you mean? Why wouldn't you be? I give up. I don't have the patience to deal with her free-spirited ways. Not right now, at least. You going somewhere? I get up from the floor, dusting the back of my pants clear, and heading for the door. To class. Lunch break is going to end soon anyway. Really? I thought we were going to ditch all day. So did I. Without even looking back at her, I speak while my hand clutches the doorknob. I feel a tiny bit better. Thanks, Saya-chan. Before I even noticed it, the bell rang. I quickly take a look at the notes I've made, somewhat surprised at just how complete they are. I thought coming to class would just be all around terrible, but instead I felt super focused for some reason. Besides, the mood around here is just so much better after the end of midterms that I couldn't help but feel a little bit better myself just being around the cheerful atmosphere. I suppose I owe my classmates one, even if they have no idea why. The only exception being... June is nowhere to be seen today. Hey, do you guys know if June sent an absence note or something? I try asking the Mouse twins who sit nearby, since they always tend to get here somewhat early. No, not really. Even if he did, absence notes don't tend to be publicized to the students, you know. I suppose. Still, it didn't hurt to ask. I wonder if everything's alright. He seemed to be struggling a lot last week, especially on Friday. Maybe he's fallen ill? I have to admit, that's a scary thought. Maybe I should send him a message to check up on him. In the meantime, I'm gonna head to practice. It'll be good to move around and focus on something else for a change. It's good to distract myself when I'm in a bad mood. Besides, working out some aggression while hitting a few serves sounds amazing right now. Thanks anyway. I'm gonna head to practice now. See ya. The younger brother doesn't even bat an eye, waving me off and turning back to his brother to continue chatting. The elder brother stares at me, however, frowning and biting at the edge of his lip. Hey, are you alright? Huh? Who, me? That's a weird question to ask all of a sudden. You look a bit zonked out to me, though. Zonked out? And you're deflecting. I'm fine, that's just your imagination. If you say so. He shoots me another suspicious look, but I don't bother to stick around. I just can't deal with someone being all worried about me right now. I'm not in a good state of mind to be fielding the questions. So instead, I'll choose to flee. It might be cowardly, but I'll be damned if it doesn't work every time. The sounds of rushed steps and rackets hitting balls fills my ears. Grunts of effort as people practice their serves, their strokes, and all other kinds of shots. It all sounds like music to my ears. I didn't realize how much I missed it until today. That's a feeling that I haven't felt in such a long time. For the past few years, all I can remember is feeling content during practice, but never really looking forward to it. Matches are always a thrill, but even those had started getting dull after a while. But for some reason, I feel like the fire inside me that had been blown out so long ago was now starting to light itself back up. And it's in my best interest to see that it's kept lit. There you are! I was wondering when you were gonna get out of the locker room. Sorry. I guess I got lost in thought for a bit. How are our numbers doing today? Today is the first practice session we've had in the course for a while, so I wonder how many of the members actually showed up. It's so far. A lot of our seniors are unaccounted for, and that's just considering the ones that haven't officially quit the club already. Have we had many quitters? Not as many as I thought we would. But then again, it's only June. So you're saying to give it time? Pretty much, yeah. I'm sure we're gonna have a few more. That's just how it goes with seniors. This time of year tends to be pretty difficult for most school clubs. Usually, not many senior year students stick around with their clubs until the end of the year. They either leave right at the start of the school year or leave right around the second midterm period. Sure, we have a few others that leave here and there sprinkled around the year, but most of the time, those are the known mass quitting periods. How are you feeling? Are you up to practice hard? I feel invigorated. Give me some balls and let me hit them as hard as I can. That's great. I'm glad to see you so enthusiastic. I'm sure it'll help motivate our juniors, too. And they do need all the motivation they can get. They do? Why? Saya's shoulders slump and she sighs deeply, shaking her head. I really wish you'd pay more attention sometimes. Spare me the theatrics and just answer my question. Sheesh, so rude. Saya! Fine. You don't have to yell. A lot of our juniors have taken the results of the last tournament pretty hard. They have? Yes. Seriously, pay attention to some of the other members sometimes too. You're the vice captain, and it would help me a bunch if you could get your head out of your ass every now and then. Is this how you ask people for help? Because I feel even less inclined to listen now. That guy you played against is in the finals. He played against a lot of our members too, not just you and K-kun. And, well, it wasn't pretty. Oh. Yeah, I can imagine that. That match was really tough. I'm still very surprised that I managed to win it in the end. There were lots of times during it that it really didn't seem like victory was possible. And yet, playing against someone like him really got me excited to try harder. But that's because it really was a tight match. For less experienced players who are suddenly faced with a wall that high, it's hard not to let the frustration consume you. Feelings of, I can't do this after all. Or, I'd just suffer less if I gave up now, are bound to occur. When I think about it that way, I can't help but feel a little bad for our juniors. Are Keisuke and I the only ones who came out of it feeling more motivated? Pretty much, yeah. A lot of our juniors are really inexperienced. Many of them just joined the club because they found out we had high-ranked players here and they felt inspired by us. They're only at the stage of, this is kind of fun. Tennis is just a thing they do to pass time. They're not really serious about it. So it's pretty normal for them to feel dejected after experiencing huge losses. And it wasn't just against that Akita guy. Very few of our players have managed to qualify for the next stage of competition this year. It's one of our worst yields in a while. It is? Jeez, do you know anything? Honestly, I'm starting to feel a little bit bad for being so clueless. I guess I should listen more often when Sai and Mikado Sensei talk to me. Or at me. I'm just so used to getting lectured that I just kind of tune them out by default. Probably not a good thing, but I'll still reserve judgment on that. We only had 3 guys and 4 girls qualifying for the regional tournament. That's 7 people in total. Last year we got 13. Oh. That really doesn't sound good. How many did we have qualify for nationals last year? 3. 2 guys and 1 girl. Ouch. So you mean me, you, and Keikun? Yep. Those really are terrible numbers. Maybe I should get more involved in these aspects of running the club. Why are we even considered as just a successful club anyway? I mean, I get that me and Saya are ranked really high, but just 2 players don't carry a club. I really should have made Keikun my vice captain. Then at least I'd get some help with this stuff. Hey, that's a bit of a low blow. Good. You know, I don't need this attitude. Well, too bad. I'm in a bit of a bad mood today, so you're getting it anyway. Jeez, woman, what got into you today? You were fine earlier. You mean when you ditched me on the roof? Yes. No hesitation whatsoever. You guys are really mean to me all the time. Yeah, I don't really care for the whole playing victim thing. I'm just gonna go practice. What? I walk right by Saya, leaving her behind in stunned silence while going up to one of the courts and picking up a basket full of balls. I already know where this little dance leads. Right into me getting guilted into something. It's happened a lot over the years. I'm numb to it by now. For the next few minutes, I just focus on practicing my serve. So much so that I start losing track of time. Hitting the ball as hard as I can feels really therapeutic. Granted, I don't really get many shots inside doing that, but it's a nice way of working out my stress. And, well, it might have the added benefit of increasing my accuracy when serving super hard. Who knows? Either way, Saya doesn't really come by again to bug me. It's not like I don't consider the things she said. I probably could stand to do more around here. But I really don't have the patience to deal with the guilting. For some reason, the juniors seem to be giving me weird looks every now and again. Is there something wrong? Wow, that's a seriously scary face you've got right there. Oh, it's okay. Whatever. Oops. Another long ears appears around me, staring right into my face. As soon as I turn around to meet his gaze, he immediately looks away from me. Pardon? Did you and Mizuguchi-senpai get into a fight again or something? You're both looking like you're about to kill someone. Or, well, she looks like she's about to kill someone. No, I wouldn't call it a fight. Is that so? Are you alright? For crying out loud, not this again. Why does everyone keep asking me that? Yes, I'm fine. Do you need something? Doesn't exactly inspire confidence when you say, I'm fine, with that kind of look on your face. Get to the point. That is its own point in and of itself, but alright. I was wondering if you wanted to play a practice match today. Sure. Why not? Better than hitting the ball into nothing. Right. I'm just gonna call Coach over. He also said he wanted us to play against each other, so I'm sure he'll want to watch. Mm-hmm. Tennis practice continues on as usual. even if a little tense. Several hours later. Oh man, my whole body is aching right now. I think I might have pulled a muscle at some point in there. I was going so hard at it all day, and I didn't even stop to consider how much I was overexerting myself. Playing in a bad mood was a really bad idea. Heading into the locker room, I see a few other guys hanging around and chatting. Some of them are getting changed as well, and I quickly look away from those. There are a few volleyball team players in here, so maybe they finally finished practice on their end. I guess now that Shuichi isn't around, they don't get held back forever. Probably not going to be something that they'll miss. Sitting on one of the benches is a familiar white wolf with a towel thrown on top of his head. Somehow, his fur is even wider than the towel's fabric. That's quite a feat. He has an intense look on his eyes as he looks down at the ground. I feel compelled to talk to him. Are you picking a fight with the floor or something? Uh-huh. Who? He looks up, and as soon as he sees me, I notice the tiniest hint of his expression softening. It's only a little bit, but his brows seem like they relaxed a little, and even the corner of his mouth twitched for a second. It's just you. What do you want? He looked pretty pissed off, and that's coming from me. What's up? What do you care? Come on, man. I just worked super hard, and I'm tired. Don't make me drag it out of you. There it is again, the twitch on the corner of his mouth. Almost like he's forcing himself not to smile. Practice is annoying. This whole working together thing is bullshit. And yet you haven't been kicked out of the team. Why's that? Haruki looks away from me, grumbling something that I can't quite hear. Guess it doesn't hurt to try. I'm sorry, what? Nothing. Don't you have better things to do than bother me? You think? Honestly, why am I talking to him? This guy's the crudest person I know and always a headache. Why on earth do I keep talking to him? I must really be a sucker for punishment. Yick, that's a really disgusting thought. I refuse. How's the team? Annoying. Boy, aren't you articulate. No, you dipshit. I meant, how are they doing since Shoichi left? Oh. He coos softly in response to my question, staring vacantly into space while his brows furrow and twitch. I can almost picture the gears going inside his head. It's an amusing thought. They're okay, I guess. Not much time to be sad when you have to work. There's still the next tournament. Wow, that's really pragmatic coming from you. The wolf frowns, cocking his head to the side and staring at me as if he just heard something stupid. I'm not a girl. I said pragmatic, not pregnant, you dumbass. The hell does that mean? Is it some kind of foreign language? It's Japanese! It means being practical. Oh. Why didn't you just say that? Why didn't you just say so? Oh god, this guy might be more of an idiot than I initially thought. No wonder he's a delinquent. Either way, I guess I'm glad in a way that things are still going smoothly. Well, sort of. This team is really crappy without the dog around. He speaks loudly enough that some of his teammates hanging around the locker room turn to shoot him angry looks. He completely shrugs them off, not even registering their presence. Ugh. I feel like such a dweeb saying this, but the dog was really good. He's the only one that could bring this team to bring out his team's full potential. Damn, that's really nice of you. Yeah, whatever. There's no denying it. This guy has definitely softened up tremendously. It would probably make me a little bit happier to hear if I wasn't so conflicted right now. The more I hear about it, the less I want Shuichi to give up on volleyball. He should be in here practicing with the team. It's bullshit that he's not allowed to just because of Takahiko-san. I'm remembering things that I'd rather forget about. I thought of maybe giving Shuichi some more space, but I don't think I can do that. I need to talk to him to sort things out. I feel like if I stay away much longer, I won't be able to talk to him again. If you'll excuse me, I kinda need to go now. Haruki shrugs, grabbing his towel from his head and stuffing it back into his bag. Not my problem. I'm gonna go shower. Don't even think of trying to sneak a peek. Very funny. I wish I could tell him not to say that sort of thing in public, but if I act like I'm bothered by it, then it'll just sound defensive. Sometimes I really hate this guy. I quickly jog my way through campus, heading to the only place that Shuichi could still be. If he's not here, then he surely will have left for home. However this conversation ends up going, I feel like having it through the phone would be really inappropriate, so I'd rather not. I need to see him face to face. Even if that does make it much harder to keep my thoughts focused. I knock on the door, waiting around to see if there's any response. Other than a couple people passing by the hallway here and there, the entire place is lifeless and quiet. Then again, it is late in the day already. Most clubs will have already finished their activities. Crap, could it be that the student council room is done for the day too? I quickly try on the door and only to find that it's locked. Oh, great. Suddenly the entire trek over here feels like it was pointless. Great job, Yuichi. What now? Leaning my back against the wall, I let myself slide down until I'm sitting on the ground. There's a tightness in my chest that I can't quite describe. I can't tell if it's irritation or sadness or anything, really. It's just tight. Shuichi, I want to see you. Ah, great. Now I'm talking to myself. Regardless of the situation, that's never a good sign. I better head home and wash up. Maybe a hot shower will get my head out of this funk. Or at the very least, I'll be in a funk without smelling funky. I drop my bag right next to the sofa, looking around the house to see if I can find any traces of other people. The lights were off and there were no shoes by the door, so I guess Aki isn't home yet. Probably still at his club. He's been working really hard lately. Maybe I should praise him for that. My entire body feels sore and stiff. I desperately want some hot water to help me relax and loosen up a bit. I need a bath. Getting into the bathroom, I begin to undress myself, folding my sweaty clothes and tossing them inside the laundry basket, which is halfway full by now. I open the faucet on the tub, letting the water pour in to fill it up. Taking a seat by the washing area by the tub, I fill up a bucket with water and splash it on myself, feeling the warm water soak into my fur and run all the way down my body. Even though the water is perfectly warm, there is always that moment where you shiver from it touching your body. Once I get used to the temperature difference, my entire body begins to relax. The heat from the water only lasts for a few seconds before coming back down to body temp. The air around me serving to cool me down rapidly. With a brush and some soap in hand, I scrub myself as clean as I possibly can. Reaching the spot between my shoulder blades is always tricky, and a little uncomfortable, but I managed to do it. I wonder how much easier it would be to have someone else wash my back for me. Back when we were kids, Shuichi and I used to bathe together all the time. course, having little kids do that sort of stuff together means we probably horsed around more than we actually cleaned. Still, it's a very nice memory. Maybe it's something we could revisit at some point. Aki bathes me on occasion, but less and less these days. Since he's my brother, I don't feel painfully awkward being naked around him. Or seeing him naked, for that matter. He's just my little brother. Even if I tried, I couldn't bring myself to feel weird about it. It really is nice to have someone to massage my back, although Aki is really lacking in the upper body strength department. Probably a bit too much to ask of someone his age, though. It takes a good 20 minutes before I feel like I've scrubbed to a satisfactory degree. My fur is completely soaked and heavy, clinging tightly to my body and giving me the appearance of, well, of a wet dog. It makes me feel like I'm twice as heavy too, and I probably don't look anywhere near as fluffy as usual. Shuichi used to tell me every now and again that I'm surprisingly fluffy for a guy. I suppose I do have a lot of fur. Aki is really similar to me in a lot of ways, but sometimes I catch myself thinking that he doesn't look quite as... I don't want to say delicate, but because that feels like a dig towards myself, but no other word seems to come to mind. He definitely doesn't have as much fur as me. That much is a fact. When I was his age, I remember being so poofy I had to trim my face pretty often so it wouldn't get into my eyes. Luckily, it settled down as I got older, but I guess I still have a lot of fur. It used to bother me a bit when I'd get taunted for looking a little girly, but when I think about it, Shuichi has always liked me just the way I am. That really makes me happy to think of. I'm gonna try to talk to him first thing tomorrow morning. Maybe show up to school early, but that way we'll actually have time to talk before class starts. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty good idea. Before I can space out too much, I rinse myself of all the soap and shampoo until the water begins to run clear. If I want to space out, I can do it while soaking in the tub. This feels great. Warm baths are just the best. The sizzling of the grill echoes loudly in the otherwise silent kitchen. Even if I might not be in the greatest of moods, I still need to make dinner for everyone in the house. Aki sure as shit can't cook, so I can't really expect him to take care of himself. Meanwhile, Mom is, well, Mom. Other than seeing the food I leave for her in the fridge gone the very next day, there are times when I'm not even sure if she came home at all. But she works harder than anything to keep us taken care of, so I'll at least handle the burden while she's home. It's what I've been doing for the past 10 years anyway, so no big deal. From the entrance hall, I hear the sound of a door opening and then quickly closing behind itself. Familiar footsteps echo closer and closer until a certain face pops up. I'm home. Welcome home. You're a little later than usual. Aki drops his bag next to me and walks up to the kitchen counter, leaning on it as he talks to me. Yeah, sorry. I lost track of time. We were doing practice matches today. That's good. Did you do well in them? It was okay, I guess. I won about half of them. Well, 50% win rate isn't bad. What are you talking about? Of course it's bad. If I can't even win consistently locally, then I'll never qualify for larger competitions. Right now, my best record is qualifying for regionals and getting eliminated on round 1. Baby steps. You don't need to take the whole world by storm in a single try. Easy for you to say. Aki suddenly cocks his head to the side, scanning my face intently. It's definitely a little bit unsettling. What's up there, buddy? Are you doing good now? Uh-huh. You look like you were having a rough time over the weekend. I did? You spent most of it either frowning, sighing, or locked up in your room. Ah, great. Apparently as easy to read as can be. I'm fine. Everyone knows I'm fine never actually means I'm fine. You're looking too much into it. Come on, I'm your brother. You can talk to me, can't you? Somehow I really don't like the idea. Even if my mind logically knows that there's no way Aki would ever be unkind or homophobic, I still have a warning sign ringing inside my head whenever I think about telling him. Hell, telling Saya was less nerve-wracking than Aki. And I say that knowing full well that he just doesn't have it in him to be cruel. I guess I had a fight with Shuichi. Or maybe not with Shuichi himself, more like with Shuichi's dad. There, just be as vague about it as possible. No need to bring our relationship into the conversation at all. That does sound like it would suck, but why would you get so down over something so basic? Sometimes your lack of tact actually astounds me. Or maybe innocence would be a better way to describe it. And just apologize and things will be good, no? You know, you're so mature most of the time that sometimes I forget you're still just a little kid. Huh? That sort of naivete is exactly what I'd expect from a kid his age, after all. Sometimes people don't want to accept apologies. It doesn't always work out for the best. So, did you apologize? Well, that answer doesn't exactly fill me with confidence. God damn it, I have a good point. I'm right. I can't let a little technicality like this invalidate me completely. Sometimes people don't deserve an apology. Now you're backtracking. I'm allowed this. Yeah, I'm sure you are. And in the meantime, you'll continue being upset. Well. Have you talked to Shuichi about all this? We kinda haven't talked since it happened. Oh. It's not like you guys to not speak at all for so long. You tell me about it. Sometimes I forget just how used I am to seeing his face or talking to him almost every day. Even when we're both really busy, we always manage to make some time for each other. Even if it was just to say a quick hi. I feel really uneasy being like this. Like something is really wrong. I hate that feeling. Yeah. I'm gonna try talking to him about it tomorrow morning. At the very least, I don't like feeling like I can't talk to him. Yeah, that's probably for the best. There's definitely a few frustrations I need to air out before things can go back to normal. That's enough of that. Go clean yourself up. Dinner will be ready by the time you're done. I left the tub filled for you. Yeah. Thanks. Aki walks out of the kitchen, his steps echoing as he moves up the stairs. Aki, thanks for hearing me out, even a little bit. You're the best little brother. And that's another one. In the bag. Yeah! A little bit of a less exciting one, this one, but that's fine. As always, thanks for watching. I hope you liked it. I hope to see you next time. Bye!